Look at this line. Dark red, almost black. This handmade bowl cost $90. The test swab turned this color in 8 seconds. That's not supposed to happen. The factory-made plate next to it stayed yellow, clean. We're about to find out why the price tag means absolutely nothing when it comes to safety. Here's the problem. You walk into a craft fair. A potter tells you their work is lead-free. You believe them because it's handmade. It's expensive. It feels premium. But unless they show you a firing log or a third-party test result, you're trusting a claim you can't verify. And the glaze chemistry happening at 2,200 degrees inside a kiln, that's invisible to you. To them, sometimes. The glaze doesn't care about the artist's intention. Lead is still legal in decorative ceramics. It's banned for food contact in many countries, but enforcement is inconsistent. Some artisans use vintage glaze recipes without realizing what's inside. Some fire to cool. Some apply glaze to thick. The result looks beautiful. The risk is hidden, and you're the one eating off it. I bought 6 pieces, 3 handmade from local potters, 3 mass-produced from big retailers. Price range, $12 to $90. All marketed as food safe. None came with test certificates. Here's the test. Lead test swabs. You rub them on the glaze. If lead is present and leachable, the swab changes color. Yellow stays safe. Pink means trace amounts. Red means elevated. Dark red or black. That's a problem. The #1 mistake people make. They assume handmade equals safer. Or they assume factory-made is always tested. Both assumptions are wrong. Mass production usually means standardized firing and regulated glaze batches. But some importers skip testing. And some artisans fire in home kilns at inconsistent temps, which can leave lead mobile in the glaze matrix. Win condition today. Find out which pieces pass, which fail, and what visual clues we can spot before we even test. Test 1. The $1.90 handmade bowl. I'm activating the swab. Snap, shake. Wait for the liquid to saturate the tip. Now I rub it on the interior glaze for 30 seconds. Firm pressure, covering the area where food would sit. Watch the color. 8 seconds in, it's already shifting. Pink, then salmon, now red. Deepening. This is bad. By the end of 30 seconds, it's dark red, almost maroon. The control strip on the package shows this means elevated, leachable lead, not trace. Elevated, this bowl cost more than my last grocery trip. Listen to the glaze when I tap it with a spoon. Dull thud. No ring. That's a clue. High-fired vitrified ceramics ring like glass. This one sounds thick, soft, could mean it was fired too low. Low fire temps don't fully lock lead into the glaze structure. It stays mobile. It can migrate into acidic foods. Tomato sauce, vinegar, citrus. Test 2. The $1.12 factory plate, same process. Activate the swab. Rub the glaze, interior surface, 30 seconds. The swab stays yellow. Completely clean, no color shift. I test the rim. Yellow. I test a decorative band near the edge. Still yellow. This plate passed. Now look at the base. There's a stamp, meets FDA standards, a batch number, a country code. This wasn't just made. It was tracked. Standardized firing, regulated glaze supplier. The Artisan bowl, no stamp, no number, just a signature. Here's what most people miss. It's not about handmade versus factory. It's about firing temperature and glaze composition. And you can see clues. Look at this Artisan mug. The glaze has a matte finish, soft, almost chalky. When I scratch it lightly with a metal fork, I see a faint line. That means the glaze isn't fully vitrified. It didn't get hot enough. For context, lead-safe functional ware usually needs cone 6 or higher. That's around 2,232 degrees Fahrenheit. If a potter fires at Kono for 4 decorative work and uses the same glazes for dinnerware, the lead stays reactive. Now watch this factory bowl. The glaze is glossy, glass-like. When I scratch it with the same fork, nothing. No mark. It's hard. Smooth. This was fired high. The molecular structure is tight. The surface is telling you the story before you even test it. Another clue? Color intensity. The Artisan piece with the worst result has a deep, saturated color, rich blue-green. Copper-based glazes can be gorgeous, but they're also tricky. If you add lead to a copper glaze for flow and glossiness, and you underfire it, the lead doesn't bind. It leaches the factory pieces. Lighter, more uniform color. Less dramatic, but chemically stable. One more thing, crazing, those tiny hairline cracks in old ceramics. They're not just aesthetic, they're pathways. If lead is present in the glaze, crazing increases the surface area exposed to food. More leaching. I found crazing on 2 handmade pieces. None on the factory ware. Here's your checklist. 5 steps. Memorize this. Number 1. Ask for the cone number. If you're buying handmade, ask the potter what temperature they fire at. Cone 6 or higher is safer for functional ware. If they don't know or won't say, walk away. Number 2. Check for stamps and certifications. Factory ware should have country of origin, batch numbers, and ideally a food-safe claim. Not a guarantee, but a starting point. Number 3. Feel the glaze. Run your fingernail across it. If it feels soft, chalky, or if you can scratch it easily, it might be underfired. Don't use it for food. Number 4. Avoid decorative-only pieces for eating. If the label says decorative, believe it. Those glazes aren't formulated or tested for food contact. Lead, cadmium, other metals might be present. Number 5. Test it yourself. Lead test swabs cost about $15 for a pack. They're not lab grade, but they catch obvious problems. Test before you use, especially vintage, imported, or artisan pieces. What to avoid? Bright reds, oranges, yellows on handmade ware, often cadmium or lead-based. Matte glazes on functional pottery, unless you know the firing temp. Anything with heavy crazing. Anything without a maker's mark or origin info. But what if you love supporting local artisans? What if factory ware feels soulless? Fair. I'm not saying avoid all handmade ceramics. I'm saying ask questions. A responsible potter will tell you their firing schedule, their glaze sources, whether they've had third-party testing done. Some even share cone charts and material safety data sheets. That's transparency. And yes, some factory ceramics fail too. Imported pieces from countries with weaker regulations can test positive for lead or cadmium. Price doesn't always predict safety. A $12 plate can be clean. A $90 bowl can fail. The test doesn't care about the story behind the piece. This isn't about fear. It's about information. The artisan who made that $90 bowl might not have known. They might have used a glaze recipe from a workshop, fired in a small kiln, and assumed it was safe. But assumption isn't verification. And your body doesn't process lead based on intent. 3 takeaways. High firing temp matters more than the price. Glaze texture and finish give you clues, and testing is the only way to know for sure. Your dishes shouldn't come with a disclaimer you can't see. Comment below. What material is your everyday dinnerware, and where did you buy it? And here, the real question. Would you still use that $90 bowl if it looked this beautiful, but tested this dark? If this made you check your cabinets, subscribe. More kitchen forensics coming. No guesses, just proof.